Hey, what's up, guys? Happy New Year. I know I haven't made a video in a while because I recently got a new computer so I can run stuff better. I'm gonna show you how to make one of my new favorite genres. This genre is rhythm dubstep. So, if you don't know, it's practically dubstep, but instead of like super growly, it's super like really wonky sounding and it's wonky sounding and very instead of a kicking snare pattern, it's a kicking clap pattern. And yeah, so I kind of made this example here. So okay, so how I started, I'm gonna start with the drums because it's fairly easy. Nothing too fancy. You have to keep it straight. Usually tempo 140 BPM, sometimes 150. It doesn't really matter. I think the kick is a bit muffled. Okay, so what I've started here is a bottle cap snare. So a normal dubstep kick drum, so anything from terror drums, stuff like that is fine. And I have a weird, really like classy high pitched snare, and then a virtual rights drum and bass snare, but I pitched it up like that. And you obviously want to add some reverb. And yeah, this is fairly similar to making normal dubstep, except before I didn't explain it very well, and I should. So I feel like I should kind of redo it, but with rhythm, since no one really makes brostep now, and obviously you want to sidechain this. Then you want to add some. So I'm gonna kind of replace this with the kick and clap pattern instead. So click kick and clap sound something like, or you can do this. I actually like this sounds better. Didn't think that through at all. So practically it's just a clap, so kind of like a, not really like a this kind of sound, but more of like electronic-ish kind of clap, like a kind of like electro house, like but not really, more like kind of a snare-ish kind of clap. And I layered 3 of them like that. And then over here I added 3 different kinds of cymbals. So oops, the side sheet fell. You want to add a ton of reverb on this. These should sound very airy. EQ them, get rid of the bass frequencies because you don't need that. It'll overlap with the sub frequencies, which will make it sound super muddy. And you also want to add some white noise. Also sidechain, add this to the sidechain, and some ride cymbals. You want a lot of these stuff, it's really important. This step is optional, but you can add a hi-hat that has like a bit of delay. This step is also optional, but I kind of recommend it. It's a detune saw. It's really quiet. But it kind of fills the void for you when you don't really have anything to do. And you can also add a impact. After that, you want to add some also this arpeggio to like kind of fill the void. Make sure to add lots and lots of reverb on that. I don't have any silly vocals on me, but like usually riddim have a lot of silly vocals. So I'm gonna start off with the basses now. So this is very wonky, but it's like kind of like a brostep sound. But it's like kind of like whoa 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 whoa, not like a kind of like a. It doesn't sound something like. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds more like something like bass, some rhythm bass. It sounds more like that. So you can add like something like going up really high like that. So it sound, you want to make it sound like something's like a really metallic sound, something's like screeching. And then after you want something to kind of fill it up. You don't really have to do this method, but like I'm just kind of like showing you. And then after there's like a variation to the sound. And after a different growl off. And then you can also like repeat this part. You don't have to add a vocal or anything. Just before I had like a bottle cap snare that I transitioned from to the kick and clap pattern. So that's kind of like the first thing, except with a different bass. And then after over here, there's like this low break. So riddim is really all about bass, and mostly not like dubstep basses where it's more like the mid frequencies, but I'm talking about the lows, like the subs. So you want to have enough bass that you can hear, like you can actually feel it. You can't hear, you don't have to like fully hear it. You have to feel it. It's about sounds like, especially with 3 times oscillator making sub frequencies. And then making them go up is really important, because imagine playing this at a bar or like a club, and all these bass heads, they're like banging their heads, and then that's all they want. So like, and also got this sample, kind of layering it, and just kind of like filling the void. These things need to loop. Okay, and then after we got like a drum fill to kind of finish it off, and you could put like your melodic breakdown or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I feel like this time I explained it much better. If you do have any questions, feel free to comment. Maybe I should probably put this FLP or something. I'm not sure. Or if you want some of these presets at all. Yeah. Yeah. By all means, like, have a nice day, and happy 2019, honestly. Goodbye.